And the next day, Bruce and his brother went to school, and when they entered the department, they were surprised by the presence of their father inside the department, and the rest of the students began to discuss with him, and he told them about his story, and that he drank alcohol in order to forget his wife who left him and his children for money, and apologized to his children for his previous behavior, and that he regretted a lot for what he did with them, and that he would start a new page with them. And from the severity of their impact on the words of their father, Bruce and his brother cried, and their relationship with each other improved, and they took a picture of them together and sent it to Teacher Chen to thank him for his role in improving their relationship with their father. Then we see Jack going to Ken at his private gym, and Ken asks Jack to put drugs on another player so that he loses in the upcoming competition, so that he wins. So Jack agrees to his offer in order to get the money and help his grandmother with household expenses. And the next day, Teacher Chen went to Jack's house and sat with his grandmother to talk to her about Jack. And she told him that after Jack returned from school, he went straight to work to help her with household expenses. So Teacher Chen discovered that Jack did not tell his grandmother that he was expelled from school, and noticed during his conversation with her a bottle of alcoholic beverages, and discovered that Jack was walking in the wrong way, and he had to help him before he got himself into trouble. And as the start of the match approached, Jack went to put the drug in the player's water bottle, but there was someone else who saw him when he put the drug in the bottle. So he told them that Ken was the one who asked him to do so, but Ken prevented him from continuing to speak so as not to discover his matter, and Jack was beaten by those present there, and they put him in the locker room. Meanwhile, Teacher Chen arrived at the match venue and asked them about Jack, but they asked him to leave immediately. And when Chen heard Jack's voice screaming, he attacked the players and started fighting them while avoiding their blows with great professionalism. And despite their large number, we see that Chen overcame them, and suddenly the fighter who put Jack the drug in his water bottle entered and started fighting with Chen, and we see that he is very skilled in fighting and hit Teacher Chen fiercely, but Chen dealt with him intelligently and professionally, and dealt him strong blows to surprise everyone with the defeat of the wrestler. And when Chen went to treat his wounds, the doctor was surprised by the presence of a gunshot wound in his shoulder, but Chen did not tell him about the cause of the gunshot wound. Meanwhile, the police officer asked Jack for bail or he would have to imprison him, so the teacher paid bail instead of him. And Chen took him to see his grandmother's view as she worked and tired for him, and that he would return to school for his grandmother's sake. So Jack agreed to return to study and went to help his grandmother. And the next day, the press published news of the fight that took place with Teacher Chen to find out that he was a student at Tak Chi School and that he was naughty in his studies. So the school principal decided to send him to a military school in the United States to continue his education there. And with time, Chen graduated from military school and became an officer in the army. But after 2 years, he decided to resign and return to teaching at Tak Chi Secondary School. And when Teacher Chen went to the class, he found the students happy with his arrival and noticed a big change in their behavior and their love for improving their academic level. And 5 students met again, and they started talking about their future ambitions, except for Chris, who was thinking that his mentality was less than his colleagues, and that he did not have their abilities, and decided to take large amounts of mental stimulants, especially before taking exams, and was surprised by his friends getting a good average in exams except for him, so he felt very sad. And the next day he told his brother Bruce that he would not go to school and returned to take mental stimulants in order to try to review his lessons, but to no avail. So he decided to commit suicide, and indeed committed suicide, and news of his suicide spread, and everyone began to suspect that Teacher Chen's teaching method was the cause of the student's suicide. And Chen attended with a committee of experts to make sure of his expertise and efficiency in teaching, and accused him of being responsible for the suicide. But the teacher defended himself skillfully, and that they were the cause of the suicide, so they decided to dismiss him from school. And when the students learned of the news, they were very sad, but they decided to work hard in their studies so that their school would not be closed, and to prove that it was Teacher Chen who made them improve in their studies. And everyone started working hard in their studies until the exam date arrived and all students got excellent grades to prove their teacher Chen's efficiency in teaching and prevented the director from closing the school. And when Ken heard the news, he got very angry and decided to kidnap the students so they wouldn't attend the next exam. And Chen saw the excellent grades of his students and was very happy and sent them a message in group chat to meet at a place in school. Indeed, the students went to the designated place to meet teacher Chen, but they did not find him, so they decided to wait in the department. Suddenly, Kane and his men entered them and locked them inside the basketball court so that they would not attend the exam, and the principal closed the school, and all the students felt frustrated. And suddenly the teacher Chen appeared and attacked the men and asked the students to focus on him because he would teach them martial arts, and he became fighting with the gang and became attacking them fiercely and skillfully, and he was able to defeat all the gang, and he dismissed the students so that they could attend the exam, and he kept quarreling with them Ken, who tries to sabotage the school, and the teacher remains, attacks Ken until Ken confesses that he is Chen's friend in the study, and that Chen broke Ken's hand and prevented him from attending the piano competition he dreamed of, and Ken returned to attack Chen with all force in order to take revenge on him. But we see that Chen is very skilled in fighting and in defending himself, so he responded to the attack and took a severe beating, which caused him fractures. But Ken did not surrender and pulled out a knife and tried to stab Chen. But Chen confronted him and took the knife and stabbed. He himself apologized to Ken for what he had caused him, and that he had been looking for him for a long time. In the meantime, all the students arrived for the exam, and after a while the result came out, as everyone got excellent grades, and thus the school will not be closed, and the principal will also get funding, and teacher Chen will return as a teacher in the school. I hope you enjoyed, and wait for another interesting story. See you soon, my dears.